our next guest, he's cut from the same cloth. He has his own TV show. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Ray.
Firefighter Ray. Holy cow. I'm here.
Firefighter Ray. All right, and the crowd goes wild.
Crowd is going crazy right now at home.
So the last time you and I ran into each other, we were co-MCs for an award show.
Yes.
And you said, hey, I've always wanted to come on your show. I said, hey, I've always wanted to be on your show. And here you are. So
Nice.
you're on my show first.
So then you're going to cook on my show next.
I'm going to cook on your show next.
All right, cool.
I heard you don't cook.
I don't cook.
Okay.
I made tuna fish one time on my show. That's how good of a cook I am. But the firefighters cook. So I travel around the country. I cook with firefighters. We talk about their firehouse life. I do safety tips and fire facts. And I am having the time of my life. You know, I'm retired from the FDNY. So when I go to these firehouses, I still feel like I'm a firefighter. I am still a firefighter.
You are.
Yes.
You really are. I don't think when you're a police person or a firefighter or, you know, even a pilot or any profession, you know, I don't think you ever really retire from anything. It's still who you are.
Yeah, as a person.
Right? Yeah.
I am a volunteer. I'm a volunteer for Bayport Fire Department.
Nice.
But
you were with the FDNY.
I was with the FDNY for about 10 years.
And what happened?
I had a bad fall. I fell about 25 feet off a ladder, landed on my feet, broke my back, broke my neck. I shattered my prosthetic hip. And at the time, I was also a karate kickboxer. And I retired me from firefighting and fighting. I couldn't fight anymore. I was the light heavyweight kickboxing champ.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was hard. And it was like the hardest. The kickboxing is all right. I survived. Everyone's like, you're lucky. I'm like, yeah, really lucky I fell off a ladder. They said I shouldn't be walking.
Right.
But like 7 surgeries later, here I am. And
you also credit your wife for being somebody in your life that has been a real inspiration for you.
yes, my wife, she's the brains, I'm the brawn, I'm the bull. She keeps me very grounded because I always have projects going on. I'm just, I don't want to sound like cocky. I'm very creative, so I always have ideas for things, and I always run with it. And my wife will pull me back, hold the reins. But she is I have a bunch of karate schools, Shaolin Self-Defense Centers on Long Island. We have 7 on Long Island. And she is the brains. I said I'd be living in my dad's garage if I wasn't for my wife. My wife, Lori. Love you, baby.
So now your television show, it's a little different because it's all about cooking, but you don't cook. So you go into the firehouses and walk us through a typical episode. You've created over 100 episodes so far.
Yeah. We're in season 7. So it starts with me introducing it's maybe standing in front of the firehouse. I'll do one right now. Hi, I'm Firefighter Ray. I'm here in Bayport, New York, and I'm cooking. Or I'm here in Hop New York, cooking with Donna Drake. And then I go in, we start cooking, and they'll say crazy ingredients, and I'm always like, really? What firehouse does that? You know, because usually it's steak.
Right.
And,
like mac and cheese or like meat and potatoes, right?
Yeah. But we talk about, that's the main meal. So chili's huge in the fire department.
Chili, okay.
But we talk more about the firefighter's life. What every firehouse is different. Every way they do things, the camaraderie, the brotherhood, and that's why the meal that's what we call it. I always gonna name my show that, the meal. And that's what, all we ask about is what's for the meal today. That's the first question in every firehouse. And but at the same time, it's very dangerous.
It absolutely is. And speaking of that, speaking of the dangers, that the reason that I wanted to have you featured on the show too is because you're doing something really, really nice with your show, and the proceeds are helping who?
I raised money for different firefighter charities. The Isletown Fire Museum, which was my first charity I started donating to. But then Friends of Firefighters, the National Fall Firefighter Foundation, and a really, really, really good one that just came out, the Ray Pfeiffer Fund. Ray Pfeiffer died from a 9/11 illness. And they opened up. It's like an FDNY directly ran charity, and the nurses and Fired Up for a Cure. The same thing. It's called Fired Up for a Cure, and for Ray Pfeiffer, and the nurses run it at the fire department, and it's great. And you know what's great about that? It's because they control the fire department. So if I need the press office to do something, they'll call upstairs. So it's really good. So me and the FDNY, of course, we have a great relationship. But every firehouse, I've never been turned away from a firehouse.
Lovely.
Yeah,
because when they find out that you're really, a firefighter at heart, and that you had this proud helmet,
yep.
They realize that you're one of them.
Yes.
Right? And so what you're really doing is you're bringing that lifestyle to all of the people that always maybe wanted to be a firefighter, but didn't have the opportunity.
Yes. Oh, no. And that's and I do answer a lot of questions about that. Everyone should take the fire department test. It is the greatest job in the world. And yes, it's family. They are my brothers. We help each other out. 127 truck, that's in Jamaica, Queens. And I have no regrets. If somebody said, Ray, if you fell, would you ever? I wouldn't do anything different in my life. I loved it. I love it.
Wishing you all the best. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you think I should?
Yeah, put it on. We've had Dr. Oz has worn that helmet. Michael Strahan's worn it. So,
Donna Drake on Live It Up.
Donna
He's
Drake
having
wearing
so
it now.
much fun. And please check out his show. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up.